Today, I have the Innisfail Whiskey from Bridgeland Distillery, which just received a judge's selection at the Alberta Beverage Spirits Award. So let's see if Canadians can make amazing Irish-style whiskeys. And if you know of others, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to find them and give them a try too. But first, I'm going to try something a little new here. So if you are just starting out exploring whiskey, trying to figure out all the flavors, today is a perfect time to watch. Recently, I met Reese from Sip Spirits and Flavor Camp. She has a great step-by-step approach to help you recognize flavors in whiskey, the Flavor Camp tasting system. It also makes tasting not only a bit more approachable to newcomers, but also has a nice logical flow, which helps even people a little more experienced. Here's how it works. We start with big, high-level categories or camps. Things like grainy, floral, candied, smoky. You can find a link below to learn a little bit more about all of the camps. Once you identify the major camp you are tasting, let's say grainy, you narrow it down by asking yourself, is it cooked grains, dried grains, cereal grains? And if you're feeling adventurous or are a little more experienced, you can go even deeper. Maybe it's dried grains. Okay, but what type? Is it straw? Is it bran? Is it like dried grass? This layered approach helps make the tasting experience both fun, but also easy to follow. I will give it a try on this bottle, so bear with me. We'll see how it works in real time. But back to the whiskey. The Innisfail is, of course, triple distilled like many other Irish whiskeys, and they use a mixture of unmalted and malted barley in their mash. The name Innisfail comes from a town by the same name in Alberta, which comes from Gaelic Irish and translates to Isle of Destiny. But the roots of this whiskey go further than just the name of an old town. The barley, the wheat, the oats, it all comes from a family-owned farm who immigrated from Ireland in 1929. The farm has been in the family since then and has expanded to include malting. So this whiskey's Irish roots run deep, from the grains to the malting process and the name. After taste, I will talk a little bit more about what makes this an Irish-style whiskey and about the brand, so stick around. We are looking at 40.6% here, so let's give it a pour. Color-wise, it is a very light pale yellow. Really sort of light straw color. Oh, the nose is really nice. Golden fruits, pear and yellow apple. Really nice, rich orchard fruits. The mouth feels rich and thick, which is surprising from the color, a little oily. The orchard fruit nose had me expecting something really sweet, but it's not as sweet as I was expecting. Instead, it's light with like a floral sweetness. Yeah, so floral. A floral camp right off the top here. I'm getting something fresh, like maybe hibiscus, but I'm also getting something green, something a little herbal, like pine or sort of a fresh cut grass. As I let it linger, those lighter notes fade away to reveal like dark fruits, maybe red fruit like a cherry. It finishes beautifully long with some of that rich dark fruit still lingering there, but richer, kind of like a cognac. Amazing finish to it, actually. I would love to pair this with something light like oysters, but it's a clean, sweet, and easy drinking whiskey. It would pair very well with some chocolate. So I would say the dominant flavor camps here are floral, green, and dark fruits. A wonderfully easy drinking whiskey. All right. Irish whiskey is one of the world's great styles of whiskey, known for often being triple distilled and extra smooth. Bridgeland certainly has a tall order to fill, especially here in Canada. There are some amazing distilleries like Macaloney's putting out some great Irish-style whiskeys like their Kildare. But until I have a bottle side by side to compare, all I can say is this is a fantastic and affordable bottle, half the price of the Kildare. I plan on buying a few of these bottles just as gifts, I know that much. So what do we have here? Their mash is a mix of 58% malted barley, 30% unmalted barley, and 12% oats. It has, of course, been triple distilled and then aged in American oak and French oak, both new and used, but by the look of the light color, I'd say mostly used oak. A traditional pot still Irish whiskey, by the way, must contain both malted and unmalted barley, and may contain other cereals as well. So they definitely have that down. They use the glacial water from the Rocky Mountains just outside of Calgary, and glacial water, I think I've talked about this before, is high in sediment, so they filter it and use it for their mash. But they also proof their whiskey with the same water, but instead of just filtering it, they treat it with reverse osmosis. That way, they don't get any of the glacier sediment in their final product. This whiskey is just as it should be. It's light, it's pleasant, it's easy drinking, I like it. So to wrap it up here, this bottle of the Innisfail Whiskey is a fantastic, young, triple distilled whiskey. For the price, you can't go wrong. This distillery is young, and I can see them ramping up to do some big things in the coming years. I think you should probably buy a few bottles while you still can and they're still affordable. If you know of any other affordable Irish-style whiskeys made here in Canada, let me know below. I would love to try them. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.